But nevertheless, they started out Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Brock wanted to get home early, didn't he? He didn't want to spend any more time there than he had to. And he gets his own plane, right? So he leaves on Brock time.
That's right.
But at first, for everything you can say about the location and or at some points the content of this program, holy shit, it looked like a big deal. The entrances, the production value, the lighting, it's all major league.
Fans are into it.
Fans are into it because they don't get to see this shit very often. A lot of it's new to them, especially live in person. And they seem to know what was going on, with everybody. So they're watching the program. So it's a big show. I didn't hear what the crowd was or the attendance. I may have skipped through many of the long announcer breaks and entrances where they might have said that, but it's a great crowd and a big building.
I believe the attendance was listed as be there or else.
Yes, that's but now is that the official attendance, or was the official attendance, "We will shoot you if you do not come"? And then also that takes into account all of the merchandising people and the employees and everything, and you better be there or else.
I don't know how many Saudis have a German accent, so I don't know if that was the way it went. But other than that, maybe.
Actually, great character actor Werner Kemplerer was in charge of parking that day. Anyway, so they start out with Brock and Lashley. My God, what are we doing? And Lashley jumpstarts it because he's the offended party from last time, as I recall, and he hurts Brock's leg to give Brock something to sell, and it's an all big move match. They're just this is kind of like the Heyman blueprint that he's put out for these guys.
Bingo.
2 spears and then a spear through a barricade and then another spear, and then Brock comes back with a German and another German and another German and an F5 for a 2 count. Nobody's going to grab a headlock. There's not going to be, hip toss, arm drag. But with these guys, there shouldn't be. I don't, unfortunately, I think the bad thing is because this kind of match works, they're overdoing it to the point where it's eventually not going to work as well. It may be already there where it doesn't work as well as it once did. But anyway, so again, Bobby does his post thing where he runs the guy in the post while he's over his shoulders, goes for a spear. Brock foils it. Bobby hits a spine buster, gets the hurt lock. And the thing that Brock showed here in this match is that he can sell his ass off, and he will when it's called for, because he was not only selling that leg like a champ earlier, but he sells the hurt lock. And it's believable. There was emotion to this. And I'm thinking, boy, this is going good. And then all of a sudden, while he's in the full Nelson, the hurt lock, Brock kicks off the turnbuckle and they do was that Bruno and Stasiak? Or was that Pedro and who was that? One of the oldest fucking finishes in the world when somebody needs to get a fluke win, kick off the turnbuckle. The guy's got the full Nelson, but he's pinned 1, 2, 3.
It was a very Bret Hart type finish. He did that, I think, with Yoko at WrestleMania, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, he didn't invent it, and no. I'm not knocking Bret. I'm saying it's as old. There was a WWF title change in the early 70s with the same fucking finish. I'm trying to think who it was, but nevertheless, that they were doing good, and I was liking the match. It is 2 big fucking monsters, and then all of a sudden, that was kind of a letdown of a finish. I wrote "really" with 2 question marks on my notes. I know they want to extend it, and they can't beat either one of these guys flat out convincingly with no out or bitch or room for gripe or whatever. But boy, that wasn't exactly a Pat Patterson fucking special finish there, or an Eddie Graham or whatever. Okay, just kick off the buckle and pin him. And that kind of let me down at the end. What'd you think?
I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't think they were going to have Lesnar lose, and I knew that Lashley would be around probably the next day or 2 days later. And right away, as soon as the match started, And I love Goldberg versus Lesnar, but it reminded me right away of the layout of Goldberg versus Lesnar. Some minor changes, but that's probably the best way to put together this kind of match. It was a little awkward at times because they haven't worked together. Have they ever worked together? I'm not even sure. I mean,
yes. No, they did. Yes. Remember? This is a big rematch from what Royal Rumble last year?
Oh, I didn't remember. So that goes to show you something. The finish, I don't have a big problem with it. They needed to get out of this somehow, and I guess this made everyone happy.
Well, I get that's the thing. There's no big pay-per-view anymore. It's a premium live event. It's on the cock for $4.99 a month, along with everything else that's ever been shot on video. So, let's get out of it. Lazy booking.